Okay, good afternoon, everybody.
Hands up, looks like Hondo's first.
Gus, this is Hondo Carpenter.
Okay,
And,
how you doing, Hondo?
Rich is a guy that doesn't like to talk about himself. To be frank, he hates it. But the players love him. You guys have responded to him. You guys love him. What is it about Rich Bisaccia that this entire team, staff, the players, have just rallied around him and his leadership, sir?
I've known Rich for years, and I think what stands out, every place he's been an unbelievable leader. His leadership qualities, he's touched the lives of many. You can go, any base he's been, and it's not just special teams players. I know when I was at the Chargers, his relationship with Phillip Rivers, his relationship, in Dallas with people. He just has unique ability to really relate to anybody from any walk of life. He's authentic as it comes. And that's what the players appreciate the most, I think. They know what they're getting every day. I really think his leadership through our challenging times, his consistency, he's demanding, but yet he gives the players and coaches flexibility to get the work done. I think everybody in this building knows he has our back. And I can't say enough about the man. I mean, this the consistency, how he's gone through this, the leadership he's presented to the team. It really gave us a chance to fight through some of that adversity.
Hey, Gus. You guys are playing a team that is known to be aggressive on fourth downs, and it's something that a mantra that they have or a mindset that they have. Does it change anything that you guys do defensively and how you game plan, especially specific situations?
Well, I think it does. I think you're well aware that it could be 4-down territory, so you have to be aware of that and, understand that they'll go for it anywhere on the field, very aggressive as they should be. They've got a really good quarterback, really good skilled players, good offensive line, and they have a lot of trust in them. So they've shown it game in and game out that they have the ability to go for it at anywhere on the field, and they can execute. And a lot of times it's big plays off of it. So, our players have to be fully aware of the team we're dealing with.
Got more questions, guys? Go ahead, Vinny.
Okay, Vincent.
Gus, is Vinny again. In the last game, Austin Eckler had a nice game for the Chargers. He's kind of a different back than the running backs you guys have faced these last few weeks. What kind of game plan do you guys have in store for defending a running back like that?
Well, he's very talented, and it's not just, hey, he runs the ball. He's stronger than he appears, runs with his pads behind him. He does a good job of start and stop. And then his ability as a receiver. I mean, he's multiple games where he's had over 100-plus yards running and receiving the ball. So he creates some issues, the matchups that he has. Like I said, angle routes, flat routes, go balls. I mean, he'll line up an empty and run a double move on you. So he just, he can, at times he's treated like another receiver, and he can be a matchup issue. So to know where he's at on the field and awareness, and he's a guy that they'll look to. I mean, they've got a lot of threats, but he's definitely a guy that they have some routes designed for. We got beat on a route in the red zone last time we played him. So, we just have to have really good awareness and be aware of our matchups.
Yeah, Coach, we talked to some of the players about this, but from a coaching perspective, is this what you live for? Like, is this what you grow up thinking about, the winning you're in and the I guess the pressure that you kind of embrace here? And then also it's, against a former team. So does that add anything to it as well?
Right. I think it's almost like, we've had a 16-game season and this is the first round of the playoffs. It's almost that mentality. So you're right, to be in this position, to where you have an opportunity like we have presented to ourselves, we just don't want to miss it. We don't want to miss any part of it, and the players are excited, the coaches are excited, really just to go compete against a really, really good team. a very talented team that presents a lot of issues, and we get another opportunity to go improve as well. And, I think we've done a good job defensively. We can see our players getting better, understanding the techniques, and it feels like we're playing with a little bit more precision. And so we got another challenge in front of us. And you're right. It's, every week is a championship week, but it really comes to play this week.
All right, one more. You got Ed.
Yeah, Coach. Brandon Staley was saying the other day about Justin Herbert and his ability now, more so whether it's RPO or running or getting out and making a second play off of first. He's more developed even in the beginning of the year when they had him. Him. So can you just talk about his development and as they've been able to go through the season, him being able to do more things, as Staley said?
Well, he's such a physical threat in all areas. I mean, the ability to throw, he can throw, keeps his eyes downfield, very accurate, very confident man back there. And then his ability to run. You look at the Pittsburgh game and over 100 yards rushing. So he has, he's got a unique skill set. And I'm sure there's some adjustment for him too, learning a new offense. But his skill set, you just see him really utilizing all of it. And he's such a threat. You can, they've got so many good skilled players that you try to, all right, here's how we're going to adjust. And then he always has the ability to run like he did in the Pittsburgh game. So really good awareness of him, his ability. We're going to have to do a good job plastering downfield because he does, lengthen the play with his legs. And it's not just to run, but to look for throws downfield or even across the field. So his development, I'm sure he's getting better and better in their system. And it really shows on tape.
Looks like one more with Sam.
Okay, Sam?
Hey, Gus, Sam Gordon here, Las Vegas Review-Journal. Just in the last few months, with you guys making this run and everything, in what way has this football team reflected the values that Rich has instilled in the program since taking over as the interim coach?
Well, I think the ability to quickly adjust. You see that they recover quickly. They've kept it tight. I think that, it's really a demonstration of their belief in one another and in Rich as a head coach. They know when they walk in the building what they're getting from him every day. Accountability is not an issue with him on the field with the players, and they understand the expectations and the standard, and there's no flinch on his part of it. And it's a real clear message, real clear picture of what is expected of him, and he talks about it every day. I mean, it's not just something he talks about once and then he forgets it. And I think they see his authentic belief in it and genuine belief in it. And, I can't say enough. I could talk for hours about Rich Bisaccia just as far as a person and his leadership, but so could the players. I think they've really resonated with him well. And, I think they just have so much trust and belief in the man.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Should we pull him off stage?
Greg, this is Hondo Carpenter. Rich Bisaccia, as you know, despises talking about himself. He just hates it. But he constantly has praised you, the players, and you as a staff, the players, everyone has rallied behind him. Can you tell us what it is about Rich that gets such camaraderie and loyalty from so many men?
He's extremely strong leadership skills. Hondo, he great communicator. I think he genuinely cares about the people that he serves, whether it be coaches or players. And that's just been a real strong quality, and few people have. But just the genuine caring and appreciation for those around him, and then that coupled with his strong leadership skills makes him an easy guy to want to root for and to want to play for and want to coach for.
Coach, how good is it to be able to see Darren Waller back at practice, and how important is it for him to return in such a game like this?
Yeah, we've just had the walkthroughs. We haven't gone a full practice yet, but it's good to have him, out there in the huddle and see him move around. We'll get a chance to see tomorrow where he's at, but again, he's our premier player and has been really since the time that he's been here. I think the players on the offensive side of the ball and our defensive side would agree with that. He's our best player, strong, again, another strong leader. Strong leader in the huddle and strong leader on the field, and we'd be real excited if he's ready to go on Sunday.
Coach, I know we talked to the players about this, and this kind of being the moment you live for when you're growing up. You're thinking about this, winning or in the playoffs type of situation. Is that the same for coaches? Is this the kind of thing that really kind of gets you going a little bit going into a game?
Yeah, I think on every game you play to win the game. Certainly, we don't bring it during the week. It's about just try to be the best version of yourself, and results will take care of themselves. But we all know it's about winning, and we knew our backs were been against the wall the last 3 weeks. But we've got a very resilient group, a strong group of players that care for. Again, they care for one another, and they're pulling for each other. So it's great to be in a position, and certainly, we play every game to win. That's why you prepare and why you practice. So we've been fortunate to be on the right end of the score the last 3 weeks, and we're fortunate to be in a position right now that we're in. So real excitement throughout the building.
Greg, Willie Ramirez with the Associated Press. 5 last-second victories, an NFL record for an offensive coordinator. I mean, there's got to be things that you work on when you're to put yourself in that position to be able to capitalize and take advantage and succeed. Can you just comment on how this team has been able to do that in those situations in those 5 games?
I think we're fortunate as an offensive staff. We've got a group of very intelligent players. I think it always starts with the players, and we wouldn't be able to do some of the things that we're able to do in those situations unless you're playing with intelligent group. And that goes across the board from the skill positions to the offensive line. And certainly Derek is the one that makes everything go. And we tell our guys, you've got to be able to keep up with the quarterback. And that's the standards that's set here in terms of the mental part of the game and understanding, the plays and the variety of plays that are going to get called in those situations. So it starts with Derek, but again, everyone's involved in it, and we're fortunate that we've got an extremely intelligent group of players across the board. But I can't say enough about our quarterback's ability in those situations to succeed and to, mentally be able to go into those situations, and the game slows down for him, and he's done a great job with that. So, but they all work hand in hand.
Coach, obviously everybody knows the stakes that are at hand for this week, and there's a rivalry there anyway. So, there's always that built-in, game against the Chargers feel. But Joey Bosa had comments after the last game about Derek, and that was kind of really played up in the media outside the building. Is that the kind of thing, Derek very well, is that the kind of thing that drives him, that motivates him, or is that just completely out of his mind at this point?
No, it's completely out of his mind. I don't, we don't, again, we talk about our winning routine during the week, and that our part of our winning routine is not worrying about outside noise. We say that you focus on your preparation throughout the week, and that's it. And that's what sometimes you'll hear Rich talk about, treat both imposters the same. And the meaning of that behind that is that your weekly preparation can't be based upon what happened in the previous game or what was said about you or how you played the previous game. It's a new week, a new team, a team that we played before, but they'll have a new game plan, and we'll have a new game plan for them. So it's really completely out of his mind. And he's just focused on preparing to be the best Derek Carr that he can be on Sunday.
Greg, you guys are playing a Chargers team that's been really aggressive on 4th downs, and in particularly when they get close to the goal line or in the red zone, they're going to push it a little bit, looking for touchdowns rather than field goals. From an offensive standpoint, from your standpoint, does that change anything about your approach at all, knowing that might be the case for them?
Well, we always meet with, both Gus and I meet with Rich on keys to winning the game, and going into the game, how we think it's going to play out. So without giving away, what we're planning on doing, that's already discussed before the game even begins in terms of our strategy and approach to winning the football game. But, again, every game's different, every opponent's different, and a lot of different ways to win the game, and we're preparing right now to give our best effort to win it. But
Any more questions, guys? All right.
thank you.
Hey Colton, Cassie Soto with the Las Vegas Review-Journal. With how much that is on the line on Sunday, what sort of environment and atmosphere are you hoping for come Sunday?
The environment, I hear there's going to be a lot of fans. I'm really excited about that. It's going to be, of course, big for us. But as far as the environment go, I'm souped up for the challenge, and all the guys are, we know it's going to be a big game. So really looking forward to it.
Colton, this is Hondo Carpenter. Coach Bisaccia is not one who likes to talk about himself, but you guys as players love him. You've rallied behind him. The coaching staff has. So can you let the fans inside the helmet of a player, what is it about Rich Bisaccia that all of you guys, offense, defense, doesn't matter, veterans, young guys, you guys all love Rich. What is it about him in this rally?
Rich, from the beginning of the year to the end to where he's taken over, he's always brought that intensity and you could really feel the energy in meetings. And as far as the message goes, just staying on task, doing your job the best you can do. He's always brought that, every day. So we really respect the guy and we love him.
Colton, this team has put together 5 last-second drives, an NFL record this season. Derek, since he's gotten in the league, ranks second with game-winning drives, 29 of them, I believe. But as much credit as he gets, the offensive line, there's got to be a sense of pride in what you guys have been able to do on those game-winning drives, those last-second victories.
When we've had a lot of 2-minute situations, when it happens, we don't feel any extra pressure. We're confident in our ability, and you can feel that from DC totally. He's really one of the best in the league when it comes to that, and that reassures us, and we're always up for the challenge.
Kolton, it was either right before or right after that Charger game that you guys made some offensive line changes, moving Alex Leatherwood to guard and Brandon Parker in at tackle. How do you feel? Where do you feel the offensive line is right now after making those changes?
I feel like we moved some guys around. We've really stepped up. We've grown a lot as a group through the year, and I hope we can keep building and finish off this this regular season this Sunday.
Let's do 2 more, Adam and Levi.
Kolton, everybody knows the stakes for Sunday night. What it means for who wins this game. Is this the scenario that you kind of grow up thinking about, that you live for when you become a football player?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's always something you want to be in. So it's a huge challenge this Sunday. It'll be sort of the first. I'd say it'd be the closest opportunity since I've been here. So it being the last game and it's a must win. So I'm really excited for it and can't wait.
Last one, Levi.
Kolton, you and Andre James are actually the only 2 offensive players to have played 100% of all snaps this season. Can you just talk about how much pride that you take into the consistency of what you've been able to play this season, as well as Andre?
Yeah, knock on wood. Got a couple nicks, but just fortunate. You can only just work your craft, try to try to do everything right, and hopefully don't get rolled up, move your feet, But no, I'm really happy what our group has accomplished so far, and hope to continue it this Sunday.
All right, thanks, Kolton. Thanks, everybody.
Hey Max, Cassie Soto with the Las Vegas Review Journal. With how much that is on the line on Sunday, what sort of show are you hoping to put on, that your team will put on for the fans who are super excited for this game?
Yeah, it's going to be, a one play at a time mentality, from start to finish. Everything matters. We got to play clean, good football. Everyone's going to be out there. It's going to be a blackout in Vegas. It's going to be so much fun. So we look forward to it. We don't want to, overthink anything or try to be Superman out there. We just want to do our job and focus on what we got to get done.
Max, this is Hondo Carpenter. Rich Bisaccia hates talking about himself, so I need your help to let us in a little bit on him. But he praises you guys all the time. Guys that aren't even on special teams love him, from the staff to the players. You guys love him. You supported. You rallied around him. What is it about Rich Bisaccia that has won the respect and admiration of so many of you in that building?
Well, he's the same guy every single day. He works his ass off. He's going to keep it real no matter what. He's not going to sugarcoat anything. If I need something, he's the first guy I go to, no matter, since day one, since I got here 3 years ago. So he's just one of those guys that you want in your corner and you're going to have in your corner for life. So the guys respond really well to him, and, I love having him, as my head coach. One play at a time mentality, from start to finish. Everything matters. Can't hear anything. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Is that you, Vinny? Sorry, man. Adam, you there?
Yeah, Max, you kind of just talked about it, but is this scenario, winning or in essentially a playoff game? Is this kind of what you grew up thinking about? Is this what you're focused on as a kid, like making it to the NFL?
Yeah, when you get into the NFL, that's what you think about is Super Bowls, playoffs, things of that nature. And ever since I got here, we've been close. But now we're, the closest we've been. So we're not there yet. And that's, what I keep reminding myself every day. Every day I come into meetings, practice, everything, that we're not there yet. We do have a feel-good story, and people, everyone's talking about us, and we've gone through a lot and things like that. But if we lose, a lot of people are going to forget about it, to be realistic. So for me, I'm, doing everything I possibly can, personally, to be, in the best position, on Sunday to help our team win.
Hey, Max, I know how bad all you guys want this to win on Sunday, like you said, but Derek specifically, he's been here 8 years. He's talked about getting a chance to start in the playoffs over and over and over. Is there a little extra instead of him, and how bad do you guys want to deliver one of your team captains to an opportunity he's looked for so long?
Yeah, of course. Derek, me and Derek have an awesome relationship. We talk about it all the time. And, he wants to win. Everybody wants to win. But I know Derek for sure. He's been here 8 years, and he hasn't been able to play in the playoffs yet. Obviously the 1 year they made it, but he was hurt. So, yeah, I'll go to, I talk about Derek all the time, and I don't, in the media and things like that, I can go over and over and say things about him, but he knows how I feel, behind the scenes, because I got his back, and he knows that. So, there's nothing more than I want to see than Derek Carr, playing as our quarterback in the playoffs.
Two more, Paul.
Hey, Max, Paul Gutierrez here. There's going to probably be a little bit of scoreboard watching going on Sunday morning because you guys played the late game, and your fate could realistically be solved by the time you guys take the field. And yet there's this strange scenario in which you and the Chargers can both get in by just tying. How do you not let things like that enter your mind and just try to stay focused? I know Derek said that he didn't want any TVs on. He didn't want to know all day long. How do you personally kind of factor all that stuff?
Yeah, I'm a little bit different in that way. You know, I'm one of the guys that's looking and I'm watching games before our games in the locker room and stuff like that. I just love football, and I try to make it as light as I possibly can. You know, no matter what. You know, I'm not gonna. Football is a kid's game played by a bunch of grown men, so it's like I don't want to overthink and freak out and be like, all right, I'm not watching anything. I'm gonna just, like I'm locked in. When I put in, by the time it gets to Sunday, I know all the work I put in, and I'm ready and relaxed. And yeah, no matter what happens, we got to win. I'm not gonna say anything about the Chargers. It's just we want to win this game. I know that, and everybody's motivated to, get back out there and show everybody, what we can do.
Max, you can say whatever you want about the Chargers.
Yeah, I'll save that maybe for another time.
When you play most teams, there's so much focus on third down, right? Get off the field on third down. Well, for this team, it's get off the field on fourth down, right? I mean, there's no punt and no field goals really for this team. Like they go for it a lot on fourth. So does that change the mindset, the mentality at all?
I think they do a lot of good things. On offense, they believe in their guys, so if it's fourth and short and things like that, we got to be ready. They'll go for it. They do it all the time. I think in the Chiefs game, they did it like 4 or 5 times or something like that. So, yeah, if it's 3 plays and get off the field or 4 plays, it really doesn't matter. We just got to take it one play at a time, be on top of everything, get lined up. They like to quick count, do things like that. So everybody just got to be locked in on their job and stay focused from start to finish.
Great. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Max.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.